Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I have wireless headphones around my neck for no reason. Who knows why? And it's Everything Browns Nation. Saturday afternoon, change of a day, same show, same channel. YouTube, Facebook, good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? Laura BP. L.A. Broadus, Clyde, Clint, Cole, and Natasha. How are you guys doing? My man L.A. says, so sad the season is over. Clint says, got my man Baker jersey last night. Natasha says, hey, Corey, woof, woof, what a season. And Clyde says, what up, bro? How you guys doing? I'm doing good. Dogs is barking. The Cleveland Browns season is officially over. It's a little sad. The playoffs are going on and we are not playing today, but it is okay. Let me know right now, how do you feel about this season? How do you feel, and what will you remember most about this season for the Cleveland Browns? What will you remember most as now the season is officially over? What will you remember most? Get it in the comments below. Let's reminisce together. What will you remember most? 7-8-1, almost a winning season. But let's be honest, I'm not mad about the season. I don't know about you guys, but let me know how you feel. What will you remember most? Is it Hugh being let go? Is it Baker tugging on our heartstrings, pulling this franchise from the bottom, going to the top? What will you remember the most about this season? Get it in the comment section for me. Just let me know, what will you remember the most? Christopher says, go Browns. Kim says, having withdrawals already. LA says, I felt like this season was 4-1. We went through so much. LOL. We thought Hyde, Gordon, and Taylor were going to lead us. Yes, we did. I did too. I'm not going to lie. Anna says, thanks for a great season. Countdown to August 2019. We went through a lot this season as fans of the Cleveland Browns. The laughing stock for how many years? A lot of years. Same old Cleveland, same old Browns. Like LA said, started off with Tyrod Taylor. Me, myself, I didn't want Baker starting a game this year, not because I didn't think he was talented. I didn't want him to get beat up, beat down like former quarterbacks in the past. But boy, was I wrong. Nick Chubb arrived, let us know he is the man. We went through so much. Referees just decided not to throw flags, take touchdowns away. We've been through so much as fans this year, but we had a great season. I know we're not in the playoffs. I know we lost our last game, and we'll get into that game in just a few minutes, but just let me know how you felt about the season. Are you happy, sad, mad, indifferent? Not sure how to feel yet. You're still wrapping your head around it. Just let me know how you feel. Angela said, just ordered Mayfield jersey. Go Browns. We appreciate you all. Clyde says, Hugh getting beat down twice by the Browns and all the Baker stare downs. Blaine says, I will remember most the year we got the draft right. And Marco says, what up, my dude, Corey? Always good to see you, brother. What up, producer G? Thank you, Marco, one of our loyal fans at Fan Chat Nation. We appreciate you. We appreciate you all. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. And if you can't watch us right now live, I understand. There's a lot of things going on Saturdays. I get it. It's 12:08 on a Saturday. You can't sit here for an hour and watch me talk and ramble about the Browns. I get it. But you can watch us later on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. You can rewatch us on Facebook. You can go over to our YouTube page, Everything Browns Nation, where we're live there too. Hit the subscribe and like. You can catch us later as well. We're on demand, ladies and gentlemen. I know Saturdays get packed. My feelings aren't hurt if you can't watch me right now. I understand. And you could be watching the Buckeyes take on Michigan State right now. I get it. There is more things to do. But if you are here right now, I appreciate you more than you would ever know. Thank you to the fans. We appreciate you. And Jen says, excited about the improvements this season. Blaine says 1108 in Missouri. Thank you, Blaine. 1108 in Missouri. And you are watching. I appreciate it. And Ellie says, I don't care about my Saturday. I'll always watch y'all rant about the Browns must-see TV. Appreciate that, LA. Because when I rant, whether it's wrong or right. I stay ranting in what I believe in. So let's get it going. Let's start with those Baltimore Ravens against Cleveland Browns last Sunday, the last game of the year. The last time we will see our Browns for a while. What a roller coaster of a game that it was. What emotions did you go through in this game? I went through a lot. I didn't pick us to win the game. We lost the game. I didn't want to be right at all. Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, that running game, let me tell you, they gashed us running the football last Sunday night. All over the field. Lamar Jackson and the running backs could not be stopped by our defense. Baker had 3 interceptions. But at the end of the day, we had a chance to win the game. And what will I remember from this ball game? Like it or not, you can say it's an excuse. I know non-Browns fans will say it's an excuse. The referees once again decided, hey, let's go ahead and blow another call that goes against the Browns. Now, I know they didn't wake up in the morning and go, we're going to blow a call against the Browns. It just happened to go that way. It's inexcusable that calls this important goes against Cleveland. Now, I know what people are going to say. Well, they had chances to win the game. They could have won. Baker had the ball in his hands at a chance to win the football game, and he threw a pick. I don't care. When a touchdown gets taken off the board that swings momentum in a game, I saw the play live that he didn't get in the end zone when he stretched the ball out and he fumbled the ball. I could see it. And it's not coming through a Browns lens of a fan. It's coming through just seeing it easily. And you blow the play dead. You just blow it dead. We're going to stop it. That was a huge play in the game. Huge momentum. 6 points off the board. Are you kidding me? That's what I will remember from that game. Not the 3 interceptions Baker picked, not Lamar Jackson in that running game being dominant against our defense, which I knew would happen. I knew it would happen. I didn't see Baker breaking the record, even though that was my bold prediction. I didn't think he would do it. I didn't see that coming. Good job, Baker. Glad he did it. Broke Peyton Manning's record. Only played 13 games. Did it in 13 games. Congratulations, Baker Mayfield. But that call was egregious and ridiculous. And once again, hey, Pittsburgh fans probably aren't happy either about that call because they're sitting home right with us because we couldn't pull out the victory. That's what I will remember most from that game. Come on, referees, get it together. In the offseason, we matter now. So give us some calls. It's okay to give us a little bit of calls. It is okay. One of my rants. Let's see what the comments section is talking about. Matt says, hi. Matt Fry, yes, no. Blaine says, I just had to chuckle at the Squealer fans pulling for us. That was funny. When the players were on their knees in the stadium after every Baker throw, they were cheering. That was beautiful. Shannon says, Baker's warm-up. That beat drop, though, that was. Baker's energy is just something to behold in this franchise for years to come. Clyde says, what up? Your favorite producer's favorite producer, Producer G. Enough said. Calvin says, the knee would lose. I knew we would lose. They ate the best in our division this year. I knew this beginning of the season. They're stacked. Blaine said, glad the adjustments for the run, but we need some fat boys up front. G says, what up, Fred? Give us a watch and a share. Blaine says, you are right. Always changes momentum. LA says, I honestly felt Williams' time management was terrible. Good point on that one. Calvin says, exactly, Corey. It was a huge play. And Marco says, the Browns getting rid of their coach was the best thing that could have happened to the organization. Nothing but green pastures from here on out. And LA says, the rules state that if it's a score, the play is dead since they have to review the play after every score. But he didn't score. I think he's talking about Lamar Jackson. He didn't score. Blaine says no love. And Steelers, LA says Steelers camp is on fire right now. Now they're falling apart, and I love it. Me too. And Calvin says, as the NFL starts making the refs pay fine, they will start calling plays right. Or fire them like the one ref did after the Buccaneers whiff. Fine or fire. I don't care, but we got to get it together. You can't just make bad calls and be like, oh, well, we'll get it right next time. Get it right this time, okay? You got replays where you can get it right. You can look at replays. You mean you can't see that Lamar Jackson didn't get over the goal line? Come on. And I know people are going to say it's an excuse. You're making excuses. No, I'm not. That play was huge, especially when you're going against a team caliber of the Ravens in their building, and Baker Mayfield showed up after they held Phillip Rivers to 0 touchdowns and I believe 176 yards. Baker Mayfield broke a record that game, ladies and gentlemen. 27 touchdown passes as a rookie, 13 games. 13 games. Baker Mayfield. Unbelievable what he did this year. Did anybody see this coming? Anybody? If you did, man, you deserve a medal, because I did not see this coming. I mean, did anybody? I mean, can you really say you've seen this coming? 13 games, 27 touchdowns. 27. Who's seen this coming? Does anybody? Let me know. If you've seen this coming, put it in the comment section and say, I seen it. That's all you got to say. I seen it, and I know what you're talking about. This man, 13 games, 3,725 yards. That's sixth most in the NFL rookie and most ever who didn't start all 16 games. And his yards and touchdowns were easily most ever for a Browns rookie quarterback. And we've had a lot of Browns rookie quarterback. Come on. Give the man props. If you didn't want him, give him some props. It's okay if you didn't want him. Just admit it. You can admit when you're wrong. If you didn't want him, give him some props right now, because he is the future. He may have his downs, which he will. He will have his ups, but he is the future of this team. Rancid said, I didn't see it. Blaine says record and how many interceptions versus Manning's rookie record. How many interceptions did Manning throw in his rookie year? That's a good question. He threw a lot. 28 interceptions? Wow. And we know how great Peyton Manning was. And he threw 28 in his rookie year. What was Baker's record as a starter? Well, let's see here. The Jets' win didn't count as Baker's win. It counted as Tyrod's win, which I don't know. They didn't even score any points when Tyrod was there, but that's the rule. So I'm going to go down the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6-5 is Baker's record as a starter. I'd go 7-5 because he beat the Jets, but hey, that's just me. But I only can go with the rules. So he's 6-5 as a starter. 1 didn't count, but that's, hey, whatever you say. Blaine says, I admit I was a Darnold guy and so happy I sucked at the picks. And Dustin says, no, I wanted him from the go. Yes, Dustin. Hey, go ahead. I wanted Saquon Barkley first, then Baker. And we look how Chubb, and I think I seen LA comment about this. It sucked that Chubb got his 1,000 yards and lost it. I think it was LA. Let me look. Yeah, it was LA. He said, I feel bad for Chubbs. He had 1K right there. Shake my head. Then he lost it and ended up with 996 yards. Man, after he had 1,000 yards, listen, you got to know, man, don't be dancing around trying to make a play. Just fall forward. And then he ended with 996. They couldn't get him his 4 yards back. That was sad. Now he has to wait all next year to get his 1,000 yards. And just to think, he didn't start at the beginning of the year and end with 996. That was sad. But Chubb was another rookie. Didn't see this coming. And in the preseason, I want to take credit for this. I don't know if you guys watched it, but after his first preseason game, I think the number change has something to do with it too, because you just look better as number 24 than you do as number 31. I don't know why. There's no logic. I have no facts here, but the change to 24, and after his first preseason game, I said, what is he doing? He didn't look good at all. And then he just smoked everybody. I think the number change and then me, I want to give myself credit for that. I really do. It's just me, though. Mick said if Baker would have played the full season, he would have crushed the touchdown record. And Greg Davis says, who is the Browns' next coach? That is a question everybody wants to know, and nobody has the answer except Mr. Dorsey himself. They've been through a lot of interviews. Jim Caldwell's been interviewed. Mike McCarthy's supposed to be interviewed on Monday. Kevin Stefanski, he's been interviewed, the Minnesota offensive coordinator. Dan Campbell has been interviewed. There's a lot of coaches that's been interviewed. But who's going to be the coach? Now, I heard a rumor that makes me want to throw up a little bit, that Josh McDaniels, how do you guys feel about this? Josh McDaniels right now is rumored to be in the lead as getting the head coaching position. He hasn't even been interviewed yet. Mr. Josh McDaniels. Campbell's already interviewed. He's second. But they're saying Josh is first. Now, I know I said I'm not going to go against anything that Dorsey does. I'm not going to do it. I said it last week, and the week before, and the week before that. I am not going to go against anything that man wants to do. But come on. Can we stop with the whole Patriot, the whole Bill Belichick tree? The let's hire all Bill Belichick's coaches because they're so great. Yeah, go get a Bill Belichick guy. No. Have we not seen this man flake on the Colts last year? Do we not remember that? He flaked on the Colts last year. Anybody not remember that? Colts, I am going to be your guy. I am your coach. Changed my mind. Nah, I'm going to go ahead and stay with New England. I changed my mind. I guess you do have the right to do whatever you want, but come on. But like I said, I'm not going to go against Dorsey if this is what he wants to do. Hey, I'm just saying. I don't want him. That's all I'm saying. But if that's what Dorsey wants, that's who we're going to get. But that's the rumor. I don't know how true it is because it didn't come out of his mouth. That's just the rumor. But I want to go over this Patriots tree of coaches that everybody just wants to run out and get them because they're so great because of the mind of Bill Belichick, and they're just going to succeed so much. Yeah. Go ahead, Patriot coaches. Eric Mangini, 23-25 with the Jets. That's not bad. Second go around with the Browns, 10-22. So we tried that once and failed. McDaniels was 11-17 with the Broncos. Fired after 13 games, his second year with the Broncos. Now I know. Hey, that was his first coaching job. He's gotten better, more experience this time around. Who knows what can happen? I understand. Jim Schwartz with the Detroit Lions, 29-51. Romeo Crennel with the Browns. We all remember Romeo. Good old Romeo, 24-40. And the Chiefs, 4-15. So he had 2 cracks at it. But Bill O'Brien, he is the one that's actually doing something in the playoffs later today. Houston versus Indianapolis, 42-36. He has a winning record. So he is the positive out of the Bill Belichick tree. Him and Deshaun Watson are doing big things. J.J. Watt, Clowney, you know the crew. But that's just me. But like I said, if that's what Dorsey wants, hey, I'm not going against him no more. I'm not. I've learned my lesson. So if he picks him, then we're good. Because I've went against him too many times and have failed miserably. I'm done. Jessica says no Josh McDaniels. LA says bring him home. Damon says Williams, he's got the stare. He's got stare cred. Let's keep him. Street cred. Yeah, street. It's a steer. Street. Thanks, producer G. Appreciate that. Blaine says hired a staff, then flaked. Calvin says there's nothing without Bill. Their run is about done. LA said he flaked on the Colts because of disagreement on the front office structure. Plus Luck was injured. I would have backed out too. Hey, if you're a great coach, you stick it out. It's because Luck is injured. I don't want to hear that. Oh, the quarterback's hurt. I quit. No, I'm going to go back to Brady. No. If you are a good coach, Luck wouldn't hurt forever. Not forever. Look at him now. Look at Luck now. Look at Frank Wright and Luck. Look at him. Balling. Now look at Daniels is probably like, dang, maybe I should have kept that job. Look at Andrew Luck, that guy right there. Because the man's hurt. So you just gonna quit because he's hurt? Huh? So if Baker gets the flu, you're just not gonna come? You got the flu? I'm not coming to the team? Come on, McDaniels. No. Players get injured. You stick it out. You stick with the team. Ransom said, what about Peyton Manning as the head coach? LOL. Calvin said, Josh can kick rocks. Hey, Peyton Manning was my guy, though. I'm not going to lie. That was my guy. Ellie says, no, he wasn't promised. That's inaccurate. And Calvin says, Corey, the difference now is we have talent now versus the coaches we had. So whoever comes in now is walking into a good situation. That's a good one. He said my grandson can coach us now. We do. That's good. No, we do have a lot. Listen, I'm with Calvin on that one. We have a lot of talent, and that's why everybody wants to line up to coach us now. I will give him that one. Listen, you step into this coaching position, you got Baker, you got Chubb, you got Landry, Callaway's looking good now. You got Garrett, you got Schobert, you got Ogba, Denzel Ward. It's looking good. I will give you that. I am not going to argue that at all. That's why coaches are salivating to coach the Browns right now. Look at that talent. Calvin, you hit that right on the money right there. Listen, I'm not going to argue that. Your grandson might be able to coach us. That was good. Charles says Williams and the new defensive coordinator. Tyler says any move Dorsey makes will be the right one. We just have to trust him. I'm with you. I'm just throwing it out there, but hey. And Natasha says, I think Dorsey should leave things as they are. Browns are doing well. Why change? Good question. And Ed says, so why are no teams getting their guy quickly? Interviews seem very slow this year. You got to find the right guy. Can't just pluck them quickly. Got to find the right one. I like the slow, steady process. Fill them out. Get the right guy, because this is going to be your guy for the future. We don't have time to go through coaches all willy-nilly. Make sure we get the right process. Interview as many people as possible. I want you to interview everybody who wants to coach us. You interview every single one of them. I like the long, drawn-out process. Let's interview everyone. Mike McCarthy's on Monday. Freddie Kitchens is coming up, which, hey, come on. Let's consider him too. My guy, Freddie Kitchens. And Ransom said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give GW the HC job and see how next year goes. Well, it's a funny thing about Greg Williams. I was on the Greg Williams train too. I really was. Then I said, well, he did have time management issues against the Ravens. And then I looked a little deeper into the Greg Williams. He was 5-3 record, which that is good. Now I know, but he was 0-3 against winning teams, which you want to beat winners. And I know Kansas City is Kansas City. I understand. Houston is Houston and Baltimore is Baltimore. But those are winning teams, and you want to beat winning teams. So I understand why Dorsey is like, look, he wants to go and do a coaching search instead of just saying, here is the keys to the franchise. And Greg Williams has a losing coaching record. So we have to trust Dorsey. And I know I just said I don't like Josh McDaniels. I'm not being a hypocrite. I just don't like him. But who am I? If Dorsey likes him, thumbs up. Let's go. But we got to look a little closer before we want to hand the keys to Williams. I'm just saying. 0-3 against the winning teams this year. Didn't have a winning record in Buffalo either. So we got to just slow it down a little bit on the Gregg Williams hype train. I was there too. But let's slow down. Slow it down. Let's wait. Let's see who's out there. There's a lot of coaches that want to coach this team. Let's give him a chance. He has a losing record for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Now, I know who am I, but that's all I'm saying. Losing record for a reason, and there's a reason why Dorsey is having this coaching search. If he believed Gregg Williams was the guy without a shadow of a doubt, I don't think he would be doing this worldwide search for a coach if he believed in the pit of his stomach that Gregg Williams is my guy for sure.
Real quick, I just want to thank everybody who's tuning in, and if you're not already subscribed over on our YouTube channel, make sure you jump over there. That's Everything Browns Nation on YouTube. Go search for us there. We've got Jerome Bound in the comment section there. Appreciate you, Jerome, for those comments. Again, if you guys aren't subscribed on YouTube, that's going to be the most direct way to access the show. Just go to YouTube and search Everything Browns Nation. We'd appreciate that.
We appreciate you. Thanks you, Producer G. Appreciate you. Gave me a chance to get a little drink, too, as well. Appreciate you, Producer G. Pepsi Zero. If y'all know anybody at Pepsi, tell them to holler at me, please. Tell them to holler at me. And while you guys, in the comment section, if you can let me know who is your big dog of the year. We have Big Dog of the Week every week. Let me know who your big dog of the year is. It can be a player, coach, whoever. Let me know who your big dog of the year is. Get it in the comment section and let me know where you are shouting out from. Let me know who your big dog of the year is. We did it. Big dog of the game, big dog of the week every week. Let me know who your big dog of the year is. Let me know. All right.
I woke up feeling dangerous.
Woo! I got a lot of I got a feeling a lot of people are going to pick that guy, but we will see. Now, on to some rumors. There's a guy that's a receiver for us named Jarvis Landry. Our guy, Jarvis. He was on his Instagram. I think a lot of people know what that is. Instagram. You know, take pictures, like, share. Whoo. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, you know, the two guys from Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown is on the trading block. Reportedly, we know Le'Veon Bell is going to be gone. He went on his Instagram on a recruiting session for those two said players. Now, I know this is a long shot. A long shot that probably won't happen. But since he put it out there, I'm going to ask the question anyways. Would you guys want Antonio Brown on your team and Le'Veon Bell? Either one or the other. Antonio Brown, he is getting shipped out of Pittsburgh. It's just going to happen. If you don't know, he was sat out the last game, got in an argument with a teammate, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? It's Pittsburgh. But he is not going to be a Steeler this coming season. He's gone. He's going to turn 30 in July. This year, he had 104 receptions, 1,297 yards, and 15 touchdowns. That's this year, Antonio Brown. Jarvis Landry was recruiting him along with Le'Veon Bell, talking about it's finally time to do a three-way FaceTime. This is our guy, bless him, Jarvis Landry. It's contagious. That's him. That guy right there on your screen. And let me give you the past 3 seasons, the numbers for Antonio Brown. 311 receptions, 4,114 yards, 36 touchdowns. That's the past 3 seasons for Antonio Brown. That's some big numbers. Would you want both, either, or none for your Cleveland Browns now that we are moving up the ranks? Cleveland's the place to be. Coaches are lining up single file to come and interview for us. And do you want to stick it to Pittsburgh like Hugh tried to stick it to us? Or no? Let's see. Charles says Brown, yes. Bell, no. Stick with Chubb. Jeremy says AB, yes. Bell, no. Calvin says Baker is his big dog of the year. Natasha says, of course, Baker Mayfield. Ranson says big dog of the year is Baker Mayfield. The kid doesn't know the word quit. There you go. He is the guy. Brian says Urban Meyer. Okay. Hey, you know. Maybe he wants him as head coach, as G would say. LA says of the year, gotta be Miles. Gotta give it to Miles and Batonio, all-pro second team selections. They did make the all-pro second team. Good job, LA. Give it to the dirty work. I like it. Good pick. Brandon says everyone's too old. Calvin says keep Chubb. Rand says I would like to see Brown with the Browns. Jim says no to both. Poison. Jack says F Brown and Bell. Calvin says Brandon, he is too old and I hate that. We always looking for everyone else's leftovers. But if we had to, don't you think he would be the best choice? I think he's talking about Brown. I think. So we had a little split here, you know, a little. Now Bell, listen. We got Chubb. I don't see the need for Bell. That's just me. Nick Chubb showed what he could do. I mean, if we just would sprinkle the ball to Duke Johnson a little bit more, it wouldn't hurt the situation. I know it's not hard to get. So we don't need another running back. We barely can get Duke Johnson the ball. Could you imagine Le'Veon Bell and Chubb in the backfield? Like, no. I just keep me with Chubb. I don't want Le'Veon Bell. I know. Now, this was me a year or two ago. Oh, please. Me turning down Le'Veon Bell would be blasphemy. Now, Antonio Brown's a different story. If you've watched this show or any other show, you know how I feel about talent. Now, I know what you're going to say. Look what he just did to Pittsburgh's locker room. He has tore it apart. He has ripped it to shreds. He's a diva. We don't want that in our locker room. Okay. But the infrastructure of Pittsburgh, look at Ben Roethlisberger. I would rather have Baker Mayfield right now than Ben Roethlisberger. Right now. Ben Roethlisberger may be the worst leader of a quarterback I have seen in the past 5 years. They drafted a quarterback. He cried about it. I think the kid's name was Rudolph. Why are they drafting a quarterback? I don't understand. He calls out everybody. He called out Le'Veon Bell for sitting out. Now, if you don't want him to sit out, I understand. You don't have to call him out. He's calling out Antonio Brown. Now, we know Antonio Brown. He has his issues. We know. But if you know that, as a leader, why would you call him out? You're the leader of the team. Now me, I know I may believe in Baker a little too much this early. But you know who else I believe in? The guy I said I won't go against anymore. That's Dorsey. I'm not going against him anymore. So if Dorsey says, hey, let's kick the tires on Antonio Brown because he's not going to give up too much for him. He's just not going to do it. So I'm going with the leaders we have, and I right now want Baker Mayfield as my leader than I do Ben Roethlisberger. This guy's just not a good leader anymore. He's not. To call out people, have you seen your past? We're not going to get into that. I won't do it. But come on. I would rather have Baker than Ben Roethlisberger as a leader. Heck, maybe even as a quarterback right now. I know after 1 year, that could be blasphemy. But if Baker Mayfield had Antonio Brown, then my goodness, that 27 touchdowns, shoot, will rocket the 40 maybe. Maybe more. So Antonio Brown with Baker and Jarvis, sign me up for the right price. And I trust Dorsey could get him for the right price. Because now we know Dorsey would have all the leverage because Pittsburgh's trying to shop him, not the other way around. All the leverage. It's not like you're going to have to shop the farm for him. He's a proven superstar. It's not like we're just flooded with superstar wide receivers that we're just, oh, I know we have Antonio Callaway and Jarvis Landry and Higgins is on the upside and Perryman, but let's be honest. Antonio Brown wouldn't hurt anything. It'd help. But his attitude, I don't like it. Everybody is not going to be 100% perfect in a football team. It is not going to happen at all. You have to trust your infrastructure. And right now, I trust Dorsey and I trust Baker Mayfield because right now I don't know who my coach is. So I can't say I trust him right now. I don't know who it is. But Baker as a leader, I know it's 1 year. He has shown me what he can do. Everybody's not going to be the same. Attitudes are different, but the talent speaks for itself. You just rank. You have the leader to rein them in. Evidently, Pittsburgh doesn't have it. Look at Ben Roethlisberger. Enough said. So I take Antonio Brown for the right price, of course, and Dorsey will get the right price. He has shown it, proven me wrong. And Bell, I'm good. Give me Chubb, and let's roll. That was a long one. And Calvin said, yes, I was talking about Brown. Bob says Chubb all day long. Fred says stay away from the Browns. Jack says right. Allen says Baker Mayfield, baby. Calvin says Corey, you, me, and producer G are making a trip to Barrera to find out about Duke. I still say him and one of those coaches got beef. Man, you might be right. There's no way he shouldn't be getting the ball. Dave said, imagine Baker to Brown. That ain't kicking tires with AB contract. That's buying the car online. Calvin D. Holt Sr. I said his whole name that time. Calvin D. Holt Sr. Calvin D. Holt Sr. We had a chance with Ben. That's old news. Jack says Dorsey will never bring Bell and Brown to Cleveland. Dave said 50. Dave said I love Dorsey. Eddie said I'm totally in for Brown. Brown would have a new attitude, a new culture, and the awesome leader we have at the helm. Josh says Brown is cancer. Wow, that's deep. Greg said Chubbs, let's keep him and get Brown and put it up. I'm not going to say all that, but put it up Pittsburgh because you know what? Baker is the man. We go with the boy as a leader, and the players fed off his enthusiasm. Go Dogs. Rand says early prediction for next season, Browns 11-5. Mick said the only thing that made McDaniels look good is Brady. Dave says Baker Mayfield just threw a touchdown pass to Baker Mayfield. Wow. That is talent right there.
I woke up feeling dangerous.
Yes. Yes, he did. Alvin says bring Brown and not Miller. Preston said Dorsey likes to build through the draft. Yes, he does. That is very correct, which most likely means there's no Brown. But the question was, who would I take? But you make a very good point. And Calvin says he shouldn't have. I would have sat 2 for that money. And Calvin says not my government name. Government name. My bad, Calvin. My bad, homie. This is Everything Browns Nation. I want to appreciate everybody who has tuned in this far. The Browns season is over. Let me know, what do you remember most about this season? What do you remember most? And who is your big dog of the year? What do you remember most? And who is your big dog of the year? Get that in the comment section and let me know. I will give you my big dog of the year and what I remember most in a couple of minutes. But I want to get your guys' opinion on something, because now we are going into the future of Browns football, because this season is over. What position do you want the guys to draft, the Browns to draft in the first round? What position should they attack? Receiver, defensive tackle, offensive line, linebacker. Who do you want the Browns to draft? What position in the first round at the 17th pick? Who? What position? Receiver, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback. Who should they draft? Looking at a couple of mock drafts, I've seen people saying defensive tackle. The Browns should get a defensive tackle. Take pressure off Myles Garrett. Get a defensive tackle. I've seen a couple say get a left tackle. Protect Baker Mayfield. I've seen that too at the 17th pick. Man, we got the 17th pick. When is the last time we had the 17th pick? That is amazing. Frederick says receiver, then a tackle. Denny says linebacker. Ben says skip on Bell. Chubb is a beast, so is Duke. It would take Brown for the right price, like you said. Robert says, I remember never turning the TV off in disgust because we are finally a great team. Ed said best available player. Ellie says we should draft BPA. We can afford to now finally. Best player available. Who thought we would ever say that in Cleveland Browns? Did anybody ever thought we could just say, whoever is out there best available, go out and get them? Just get them. Whatever position besides quarterback, that's not happening. We got our quarterback. We're not drafting a quarterback. I am confident in that one. But best position available. Calvin says receiver, first round. I want a receiver. I want a receiver. This could be my downfall of being a general manager. That's why I would never, ever be one and never, ever want to be one. My downfall. I want a receiver with the first round pick. They might not go that route. And who am I? But I want a receiver with the first round pick. I think that's what we are missing as far as being, not say complete, but I just think with the first round pick. Now I know we need a defensive tackle and a linebacker because we stink at covering tight ends. Absolutely stink. But I want a receiver for Baker Mayfield. I know Antonio Callaway. I understand. But a receiver. And Dorsey is great at finding them, a la Tyreek Hill. That's all I'm going to say. That's a Dorsey guy. If you don't know Tyreek Hill, look him up. But I'm sure all of you know who he is. I want a receiver. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. It might not happen, but that is what I want. A receiver for Baker Mayfield. Probably not going to get him. We'll get him sometime in the draft, hopefully. But I don't think we'll get him. I don't think we will get him in the first round. But that's what I want. That would be my downfall as a GM. That's why I will never be one. I love a receiver. a big size receiver at that. Give me a 6'3" receiver. Eric Metcalf's nephew. I think it's his nephew. Have you seen him? 6'4", 250? It's 230. No, 230. Is it 230 or 250? I think I got it right here. 230. I think it's 230. I had it, then I missed it. 6'4", 230. 6'4", 230. Mm-hmm. But that's just me. That's why I wouldn't be a good GM. Because I want a receiver. Julio Jones. What? I want Julio Jones. Ketter said, what about Julio Jones? Blaine says, I love Metcalf. That's who I want. Man, listen. We can get him. 6'4", 230. I was 20 pounds extra, but I was in the range. 6'4", 230. I know he had a little neck issue, so they say he might fall back. Or somebody might go and grab him. Because he had, listen, 6'4", 230. Man. Woo. I must have missed something with the Julio Jones. Let me go back. Somebody said something about Julio Jones. I don't know why. Mick says Big Dog, Mayfield and Chubb need to share it from Connecticut. Oh no, from Canoet, Ohio. Thank you, Mick. Eddie says they have a guy coming out of OK. I've seen it. Us projected to take him. I don't know about Julio. Is he a free? Julio's not a free agent, is he? No, people probably saying he should trade for him. Oh, okay. Man, I'll take Julio. If y'all can find a way to get him, let me know. Dennis says the greatest is here. All right. The greatest is here. Dennis is here. He says the greatest is here. If you Oh, pronounce Connie. Connie OT, my bad. Connie OT. Sorry about that, Blaine. All right. Big dog of the year. And what do I remember most about the season? Oh, yeah, big wide receiver. Oh, yeah. Well, if Julio's available, of course. I just don't think we'll be able to get him. Oh, I was talking about in the draft. And we can get, man, we should have had Julio, but that's here nor there. We won't go there. We won't go back into history of failed misses. But yes, if Julio was available, Kendrick Brown, yes. But, no. We're not getting Julio. Calvin says no to Julio. We should stop at Brown or get a fresh pick in the draft, a young guy. So, we're back to the big dog of the year and what I remember most. Mine kind of coincide with each other. What I remember most is Baker Mayfield and this offense doing a complete 180 after the coaching change. At the beginning of the year, it looked stagnant, can't move the ball, 3 and outs. What's going on? We have too many weapons to not being able to move the ball. Of course, I could bring up the terrible referees, the missed field goals, yada, yada. But the way this offense changed, the way it moved the ball, my goodness. That's what I remember the most because the offense took off. The numbers show for itself. Nick Chubb had 1,000 yards, then lost it. Baker Mayfield broke the rookie record only in 13 games. Came in with a couple plays of beating the Ravens, having a winning season. Beat down Cincinnati twice. Now, I know they're not good, but it felt good to say that. And now, my big dog of the year. Now, might come out of left field. It's not Baker Mayfield. It's not Denzel Ward. It's not even Myles Garrett. My big dog of the year is Freddie Kitchens. Now, I know. What? Freddie Kitchens? Yes, Freddie Kitchens is my big dog of the year. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, the QB whisperer Hugh Jackson could do nothing with this offense. And Todd Haley. I'm not letting him off the hook. A lot of people forget about Todd Haley was here, and he could do absolutely nothing with this offense either. He is not absolved from failing with our offense. So let's remember, hey, Todd Haley was here too with Hugh Jackson, with that offense being absolutely pathetic in their reign. So he's not off the hook. Todd Haley, Hugh Jackson could do nothing, absolutely nothing with this offense. The production was terrible. They couldn't do anything. The defense was living on the field. They might as well have pitched a tent. Absolutely nothing. It could have been part of Tyrod Taylor's downfall, but we will never know. Then the Baker Mayfield show arrived. He played a little bit with Hugh. He was okay. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. But then Freddie Kitchens alive, and we seen a whole new playbook. We didn't know what happened. Jarvis Landry's throwing passes. He's running reverses. Baker Mayfield's doing fake toss passes, catching it and throwing it deep. Rashard Perriman stretching the field. Freddie Kitchens opened up this playbook, and now he's a hot commodity as a head coach, and most likely we won't retain him if we hire a new coach because he is going to be wanted by other teams. That's what happens when you show you know how to coach. Freddie Kitchens is my big dog of the year. Congratulations, Freddie Kitchens. I know you'll never see this, and I know you don't care, but you're my big dog of the year. Congratulations, Freddie Kitchens. Give yourself a hand clap, buddy. Yeah, the most meaningless award you'll probably ever receive, but I gave you Big Dog of the Year, Freddie Kitchens. You take that and you wear it with pride. Blaine says, what's your opinion? Was Haley tanking intentionally to get Hugh's job? He may have. I don't think so. I just think they weren't a good combination. Todd Haley's too alpha. Hugh thought he knew more than what he knew. It was just a bad combination. Dennis says, on the Freddie Kitchens subject, 2 scenarios. Hire as head coach or defensive-minded head coach will be hired with the Green Kitchens stay on board as offensive coordinator. Blackville Stribling says, yeah, I feel what you're saying, replying to Calvin Holt. And Calvin says, well, it wasn't Hugh, it was Todd Haley with his son aggressive play calling. All right, that's the last comment I see. This show is officially over, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate everybody who's watched throughout the year, who watched this show. Saturday, from now on, we'll be here from 12 to 1. I will cook up some things for you guys to talk about during the off season. I will find a way to keep you guys entertained. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed throughout the year. Thank you for giving me your big dogs of the year, what you enjoyed most about the season, and your thoughts about the coaching and everything. I love you guys. This is Everything Browns Nation. I'm Corey Boyd. That's Producer G. See you next week. Yeah.